Alright, so I've been putting this video off for a while now, basically just because I don't know how I really want to go about it, and I don't have a great plan for it. But sitting on my butt for 2 weeks, I've came up with nothing. So here's my best go I have at this. I'm going to put pictures up somewhere right here as I go, as I talk, so you can kind of paint a picture of what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to keep this video under 10 minutes because it's literally just going to be me talking the entire time. It might get boring. Basically, what I'm doing right here, I'm just talking about the start of my bulk, through my bulk, the start of my cut, through my cut, the whole entire process. So if you decide you want to do something like this, you can make it easier on yourself. Here's a picture of me in March of this year, and this is around spring break time. So I thought I was cut here. I thought I was ripped. I went on like a kick of doing cardio, just kind of eating healthier because I wanted to get in better shape for going to spring break. So there's a picture of me when I think I'm ripped, when I think I'm shredded, when I think I'm in shape. That's before I had an idea of what it really looked like of being shredded. I don't even consider myself shredded now, and my cut is over. So anyways, I'm 203 pounds in this picture. Now, what happens when you get cut? Or I'm not saying I was cut here, but when you think you're cut, you're ready to put on muscle again. You decide to go on a bulk. So I decided to go on a bulk. My plan was to bulk for 12 weeks. Well, long story short, my bulk ended at 6 weeks, and I don't even think I've really talked to a lot of people about why, but I was getting like what I would consider fat. Now, a lot of people told me I looked a good 235. They've never seen anybody that's been 235 and looked that good. I could pull up a lot of people that look that good and that are 235 pounds. I'm honestly ashamed of what I let myself get to because I made my cut a lot harder on myself than I needed to. So I'm gonna let these pictures run right here as I talk. Try to make this quick again. So I started, my maintenance calories is 3,000 calories. If you're going in a bulk, you wanna be in a surplus. What I would recommend knowing now, I would wanna be in a 250 to 500 calorie surplus. And if that needed to move up as time went, it could move up. But my maintenance calories, again, is 3,000 calories. I started myself off at 3,500 calories a day. And by the end of 6 weeks, I worked myself up to 4,400 calories a day. That is way too much. That is why I'm getting bigger and bigger as these pictures keep going right here. So, for those of you that don't know, 1 pound of fat is consisted of 3,500 calories. If I'm eating 4,400 calories a day by the end of my bulk, and my maintenance is 3,000, that's 1,400 calorie surplus every single day. So, in about 3 days' time, I'm putting out about a pound, 1.2 pounds of fat-ish. Just doing quick math in my head. That is way too much. Where did I go wrong here? I should have stayed at 3,500 calories the entire time, or maybe even less than that. I should have started maybe somewhere at 3,250 and worked my way up to 3,500 as I needed. Where I went wrong was I was looking at the scale every morning instead of the mirror. I took a picture in the mirror, as you're seeing, every single morning, but I was just kind of blind to the fact that I was getting fatter and fatter as it went. And I would see a 2-pound jump on the scale when I woke up the next morning. I'd be like, dude, the bulk's going good, dude. I'm getting bigger. Oh, yeah, this is like sweet. You're getting fatter, bud. You're making it harder on yourself. It's impossible to put 2 pounds of muscle on overnight, just so you know. I don't think that's shocking anybody by me saying that. But in my 18-year-old stupid brain, I'm thinking, yes, I'm just making progress on top of progress, and this is just the greatest thing ever. Well, it wasn't. So I knew something was going wrong when my mom started saying, Logan, you're breathing like a freaking pig when you eat. And I would be sitting at night getting my last meal down like this, like, oh, dude. Just shoving noodles down or rice or whatever it was, just hand in my palm, and I would just be eating. And sometimes I made TikToks about it, and I was just like, I couldn't even get the food down. So I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I had 2 t-shirts that fit me by the end of my bulk. And this shirt that I have on right now actually was out of my arsenal. I never wore this shirt during my bulk. I always either wore my Hillsdale Showcase shirt for football or my Trojan Army shirt, which is like a 2XL. All my shirts are larges now. So yeah, the bulk went by way too quick. I had myself in way too high of a calorie surplus, and I wouldn't do that again. If I had to redo it, I would put myself, like I said, at 3,250 calories a day. I'd move it up as I needed, blah, 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 to minimize how much fat I'm putting on. All right, now moving on to the cut. Cut it off at 6 weeks, the bulk, like I said, because of all those reasons. Shirts weren't fitting, breathing was getting too heavy, I'm getting fat. I went from 203 before I started the bulk. The end of the bulk, I was 235. That is 32 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, in 6 weeks. So basically, I was just bulking. I was calling it a bulk, and it was just really a great excuse just to eat an obscene amount of food. Saddened by that, because I made the cut a lot harder on myself than it needed to be. I could be a lot more shredded now than I am. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, like, you look good. You think, like, I think you look good. Many people have told me that. I'm just disappointed in my head, because I know I could be a lot further along right now. But hey, it's my first time going through. I'm 18, got plenty of time. I'm not giving up anytime soon on it. So you live and you learn. All right, moving on to the cut. 12-week process. I'll let some pictures go here as I talk, like I did with the bulk. I started myself off at 3,200 calories for the first week, and I dropped probably like 7 pounds in my first week. And that was just due to like not eating as much carbohydrates as I was eating before. My muscles are just losing water weight. I wasn't losing any fat in that period of time because, like I said, my maintenance calories is 3,000. So if I'm eating 3,200, I'm still in a 200 calorie surplus during that time. So if I had to do it over again, I would start at 2,500. I would start at 2,500 calories a day instead of 3,200, because that would equal 1 pound of fat loss per week for me. 500 calories deficit per day times 7 days in the week is 3,500 calories for the week. That's 1 pound of fat. So I made it harder on myself once again. I could have started at a lower amount of calories, got the job done a lot quicker. Maybe I would have only needed to do 8 weeks instead of 12 weeks of cutting. Whatever, you live and you learn. I'm not doing it like that anymore. So I'm honestly just like talking about it is just like, just even talking about it is just, man, I messed up. But I'm still happy with the progress I made. I ended my bulk at 235, and I was 190 pounds by the end of my cut. So that's 45 pounds. So did I lose a lot of weight? Yes, but I was doing 45 minutes of cardio a day, and I was eating in a surplus, starving for 84 days straight. Starving. I love food. I'm a fat boy at heart. Let me just put it like that. So, yeah, I would lower my calories by about 100, 150, 200 some weeks. And I just keep going like that as my weight would plateau and I would stop like losing weight. And I think that was the right way to do it. I think I just should have started my calories lower. That way I could have gave myself a little jump start, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a large deficit, because you'll start tapping into some of your muscle and you'll start losing some of that muscle that you built up during your bulking time. And that's just counterproductive. If cutting was just like lose as much as you could, I wouldn't eat anything. I would literally just eat 0 calories and do some cardio for the day, literally just go starving. And I'd let it go for 3 weeks straight and I'd be ripped by the end of the 3 weeks. That's just not how it works. You'd lose all your muscle, you'd look super skinny, and that's not the look I'm going for. So, yeah, I think I did most things right during my cut except for where I started myself at. It wasn't until like week 6 or 7 where I finally got to the 2,500 calorie mark. So I was not even losing a pound of fat per like week up until that point. And then once I finally cut my calories at the end to like 1,600 calories per day, and I was doing my 45 minutes of cardio on top of that, I was losing a ton. So I made like a little graph when I got done, and here my weeks were right here and my weight was on the bottom, and it would go like this. It would be like steady progress, like a pound a week like this, and then all of a sudden when I got under 2,000 calories, it was just like, and my progress was just like shooting through the roof. So if I did it over, I feel like I've repeated this many times already, so sorry if I'm doing that, but if I did it over, I would just have my surplus be larger at the beginning. Maybe only cut for 8 weeks instead of 12. 12 really isn't needed if you have a larger surplus. So, yeah. Am I happy with my results? Yes, I am happy. I lost 45 pounds, and I don't like that I'm under 200 pounds now, because that's a skinny bitch, in my opinion. But I got nothing but time to put on the pounds now. I don't plan on cutting for a while until I need to. I'm not going to get super fat again or nothing, but I'm just going to put on muscle for a good amount of time. Cutting through your younger years, probably just not a good thing, really, if you think about your muscle development and all that stuff, starving your body of calories. You need that stuff to grow. Now, moving on. My last topic here. Actually, I got two more things. One thing, what are my top 5, top 10 little things that you need to be doing if you want to go on a cut? Because I know that's what everyone will ask. Fasted cardio in the morning, whatever time suits you. You got to be in a calorie deficit. Train harder when you're doing your cut. And just because you're cutting doesn't mean you go from doing 10 reps on an exercise to 15. If you're cutting and you want to preserve more muscle, you should go, say during my bulk, I was doing 12 reps of tricep extensions with 50 pounds. Now during my cut, I want to try 55 for 8 reps instead of 15. If you can put 2 and 2 together right there, if that made sense what I'm saying. You want to up the intensity and lower the reps. That way you can hold on to your muscle. Going back to the same thing I said about slower cardio is better for better than sprinting or anything like that for bodybuilding purposes. It's the same thing, because the more you're working out, the more you're kind of like getting rid of muscle. I know that really doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. There's a reason why Chris Bumstead walks for 45 minutes in the morning when he's cutting and he doesn't sprint. If he sprinted, for 45 minutes, he would burn freaking 1,200 calories, but he's walking and he's only burning 300. Well, you're thinking in your head, oh, you could be eating 900 calorie more surplus per day. There's a reason why he's doing it like that. So fasted cardio, being in a deficit, train more intensely and lower rep while you're cutting. Calorie dense foods. A good example of something to eat would obviously like a salad, popcorn, things that you're going to be able to eat a lot of and it's going to satiate you, like fruits, vegetables, all that good stuff. Low calorie wraps, low calorie bread, like lean cuts of meat, tuna, all that kind of stuff. That's not a piss ton of calories, because if you eat a 15-ounce steak when you're on a cut and your calorie limit is 2,000 calories, you only got 500 calories left for the day after that steak, and that's just not going to keep you full. You're going to be absolutely starving. Another big thing, drink Diet Pops or something like that, dude. Every time you drink a pop, it's 160 calories. Is that really worth it? I'd take 160 calories in chicken over a freaking pop every single day. I can have the chicken and the Diet Pop, or I can just have the pop and no chicken. I'll take both. Say a regular pop tastes 100% good, a Diet Pop tastes 90% good. I'll take the 10% of flavor for 5 ounces of chicken or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to do stuff that satiates your stomach, doesn't make you go starving all day, even though at some points I was pretty hungry all day. Like, I'd eat sugar-free Jello bowls at nighttime. That kept me feeling good. When I went to Florida with my family and they'd go out and get ice cream, I made a sugar-free Jello bowl and put some fat-free whipped cream on top of it. Dude, it was 30 calories for the entire bowl. And they're eating 600-calorie blizzards from DQ or something. You know what I'm saying? Those things just make it so much easier on yourself, and that's just the things that I would recommend. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of stuff, but I just want to get this video out there, keep it nice and short. 15 minutes is what we're at right now. Probably cut it down some. Just a little recap of the video here. I started at 203. I bulked my way up to 235 way too quickly in 6 weeks. I was in too high of a calorie surplus. I cut my way down all the way to 190 after 12 weeks. I lost 45 pounds in 12 weeks. I gained 32 pounds in the 6 weeks I was bulking. So, yeah. Don't be in too large of a surplus when you start bulking, ladies and gentlemen, because you'll get fat and you'll be disappointed just like I was. But, hey, you live, you learn, like I've said. And now, next time I go through this, it's not going to be as hard on myself, and I'll make progress more quickly. And by the time I'm done with my cut, I'll be even more ripped. By the time I'm done with my bulk, I'll have even more muscle and less fat to deal with. Oh, yeah, last thing, here's what I'm forgetting. Oh, boy. We're going to have a large pause on the YouTube videos. I'm getting my right shoulder surgery in 2 days from now. And I'm getting my left one done after that. So that's quite a while I can't lift for. And I'm really, really pissed about it, if I'm being honest. I don't even know what I'm going to do for all that time. But I got to get it done at some point, so we're doing it. That's going to be all. Thank you for the people who supported me through this, who watched the videos, give me feedback, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate all of it. Don't forget to stay swole. See you guys when these shoulders are healed up. And peace.